Hello, welcome to my reading today. So today I painted, to me, what looks like a wishing pool. And in this wishing pool, you can see the waters are really turbulent. But you can also see coming out of this wishing pool, there's multiple paths. Something that I got for this reading, for this painting, my daughter is into Taylor Swift, and so since she's been born, we listen to a lot of Taylor Swift, and there is one song that I was reminded of, and in one part of it, she says, "I saw fairy lights through the mist," and that just kind of reminded me of this part of the painting right here. You can see that it's a night out, that the stars are out twinkling, but on top of that you can see the fairy lights dotting all around. You can see that there's feminine energy through this. You can see the moon and how the full moon with the waters becoming turbulent. So that might have something to do with moon cycles. This card in reverse, it pretty much means you are getting a nudge in the right direction, but the thing is you fell into some type of misstep. You're probably kicking yourself over it, you're probably upset over it, but like this isn't the end of the world. There are a lot of roads out there. They show new horizons, and they have a lot of light and love ahead. You know, you just have to remember that the Most High is aware of you, your needs, and there is a better way out there. This card right here, Peaks of Joy, I love this card. It is such a joyful card, you can tell. You're meant to share your joy, to share your happiness with others. It was always meant to be shared. Your gifts, your light. Somebody tried to put it in a box, but it was always meant to be shared. And you have to remember that. Okay, sorry, let's start again. Where I was at and what I was saying is that somebody tried to put you in that box, and that was wrong. You were never meant to be kept in a tight space, in a cage, in a box. You were always meant to shine. You were always meant to have your light be shared with others. And you can't let people's insecurities and other people's goblins hold you back. Because, you know, misery loves company. So they feel like they're in this certain place and they want you to be in this certain place, and that's just not how it should go. You have to let the spirit of gratitude enter into your life. You have to, and I know this is hard. This is so hard. I've struggled with it, and I find it so condescending. I don't want to say it like this. But you have to be grateful for where you're at. Because when you can cultivate that gratefulness, that thankfulness, usually you can end up finding the joy in everything. And it's not even being, I hate it when people say like, oh, the strength made you stronger. Like what you went through made you stronger. It's not like we had a choice. And I hate blanket statements, and I hate But we have to find ways to find the joy in little things in life, gratitude in little things in life. It's not about the big things. We can feel our emotions and we can feel where we're at and be upset about it. We're all allowed to have time to heal and time to feel. But if you let yourself go down too far that way, you end up getting sucked into the darkness and getting sucked into the victimization. And we can't let ourselves do that anymore. You have to be joyful. You have to, it's not even about false positivity. You have to find the little things in life to be thankful for. You have to see the fairy lights through the mist. They're there. This goblin card it's like you can't let those goblins hold you back. You're worthy. You're loved. You have help from your spiritual guides to release these old wounds, to release the cage that you've been kept in. You cannot let these goblins win. Whether they're earth goblins, whether they're spiritual goblins, these old wounds that people have put on you. You can't let this win. Something that came through for me when I was looking at this picture is like, you're looking at this path, just the straight ahead path. But you can see that this path is not as, it's just not as, lit up. But because it's the straight path, because it's right in front of you, you think it's the right path. But there are better paths out there. There are more light-filled, more love-filled paths out there for you. There's a world of possibilities. There's a world of enchantment and love and light. And I know, it's all dark beyond here. Who knows what's gonna happen? And that's scary. But on the flip side of that, you never know what amazing things are going to happen. You never know what amazing things you're going to find. You can see the bits of light out there. You can see the stars. You can see the moon. Just because there's a cloud hanging over and it looks scary doesn't mean that there's not great things out there. The world is a scary place right now. I ain't gonna lie. As a mother, as a person who, has to work on certain sides of things, it's a very scary place. This year, the last, like I said, 5 years, there's been a huge energy shift. But we have to focus on joy, thankfulness, because then we can start to raise that vibration for us and raise that vibration for others. I do believe that the light, it's there in the darkness, because that way when it's dark we can see it all the more. You can see the paths better because it's dark. You can see your guides and your angels better because you went through certain things and you're coming out the other side now. And now you can see it all the more. You can be more intuitive. You can be more understanding. You can be more empathetic. You can be more joyful. We cannot know true joy without knowing true pain. And I do fully believe in that. And this is coming from a person who has, life was never, I don't ever remember it at any point being roses growing up as a kid. I grew up in a very abusive home. So I do believe in that statement very much, because I feel things on a deeper level. I understand things on a deeper level. And like I said, it's not that the trauma the pain made me stronger. I was forced to be strong despite that. But now, here we are in the middle of this wishing pool, and we're more prepared for what's to come because we're taking the time to heal the hurt. We're taking the time to understand the light within the dark. And that's powerful. That's very powerful when you can turn around and look at yourself and say, here's the light, here's the dark. I'm ready. I'm going. I'm moving. So if you need time to heal still, take that time. Some of us, we're going to be healing our whole lives from the things that we had to go through, from the things that was done to us. But doesn't mean that we stay stagnant the whole time. We have to move. We have to heal. We have to go, and we have to find joy in the small things and gratitude in the small things. Yeah. I am praying for your healing. I'm praying for you to find those fairy lights through the mist. I hope that this message reaches you and that it's helped in some way. I know I'm not the best at saying this, but this is a gift I've been given, and I do want to share it with you. So thank you for being here, and I hope it helps.